If you wish to crack CAT 2023 starting from now, you will realize that there are 3 months left to the test. Now, there would be a few of you who would be thinking, is it really possible for me to crack the CAT if I start my preparation right now? The short answer to that question is yes, it is indeed possible. Now, how do we figure out what needs to be done in these 3 months so as to be able to crack CAT 2023? Now, the first thing that you need to understand is where you are in terms of your preparation. The second thing you need to know is where you should be in terms of your preparation, and then obviously you can charter the path from point A to point B. So the first thing you need to understand is what is it that you are facing, and only then will you be able to figure out what needs to be done in order to reach your destination. So the first thing that you need to do is to focus on the concepts and have a working knowledge of most of the areas that appear at the CAT. So starting now till the end of September or the first week of October, you will have to ensure that you are up to date in terms of the concepts that are tested at the CAT. So to make your life easier, we have got this sweet intersection between topics that have the highest weight in terms of the CAT and topics that are the easiest to master given the short amount of time that we have. So the intersection of these topics will include topics like reading comprehension from the VARC section, wherein you will be given a passage and there will be some questions that will expect you to apply the learning that you would have got from that particular passage. From the data interpretation and logical reasoning section, you will have to be good at concepts like set theory, for example. So 2-factor Venn diagrams, 3-factor Venn diagrams and 4-factor Venn diagrams, including the maxima and minima principles, are all important when it comes to the LRDI section. You will also have to be good in terms of arrangements, be it in terms of linear arrangements or matrix-based arrangements. Over the last few years, CAT has also been asking a lot of questions based on critical path, wherein there will be multiple ways to go from point A to point B, and you will have to figure out which is the most optimum way of performing a particular action. So these things are very important in terms of the logical reasoning part of the DILR section. You will also have to be good in terms of interpreting graphs, and that is what you will require to master the DI part of this. In terms of the quantitative ability section, you will have to be really good in terms of arithmetic. Now when I say arithmetic, it includes the basic concepts of percentages, averages and ratios. You will also have to be good at topics like time, speed and distance and time and work, specifically if you wish to solve more than 50% of the questions when it comes to the quantitative ability section. Now if you have got all these topics in place and you have a working knowledge of the other topics that I have not mentioned, say be it in terms of parajumbles or in terms of paragraph completion or in terms of algebra or in terms of slightly twisted data interpretation and logical reasoning puzzles and so on, even then you should be fine. So you need to master these areas that we have mentioned earlier, because they will contribute to more than 50% of your entire paper, that is the CAT. Now how exactly should you go ahead in terms of their preparation, we'll be looking in the next segment. In terms of how to have a timetable and how to progress in a timely manner, it is recommended that you prepare for 7 days a week starting from now, considering that you have roughly 3 months to go for the test. Now out of these 7 days per week, you will have to devote 3 days to the quantitative ability section. That is purely because the quantum of topics and question types that exists for the QA section are much higher compared to what happens in the VARC section and the DILR section. So out of 7 days a week, 3 days should be devoted to QA and 2 days each should be devoted to DILR and VARC. Now what exactly do you do over the week is a plan that you will have to figure out. So just to give you a benchmark, what you need to do is you need to do roughly 150 QA questions every week, which averages to roughly 50 questions per day of QA that you are going to do, considering that you will be doing QA for 3 out of 7 days in a particular week. Similarly, for the LRDI section, you will have to solve at least 15 sets every week, which means that for the 2 days that you are going to prepare DILR, you will have to do 6 to 7 sets on an average every day that you are preparing for the DILR section. Similarly, for the VARC section, it is recommended that you solve 15 RC passages every week. Also, for the verbal ability part, it's recommended that you solve 50 VA questions every week. Now, why this kind of a thing helps you is because it will help you stay focused in terms of the various sections that are there. You do not really want to focus on only one section more than you would do on the other sections, and thereby develop a weakness in the other sections. And that is why it is recommended that you face your preparation in such a manner that you are paying equal attention to each of the 3 sections that exist. Also, by the end of it, you should have done at least 5,000 quality questions. And this entire weekly schedule will help you achieve that goal. Now, in addition to these questions that you are solving, it is very important that you solve all these questions from the IMS courseware. You will also be able to solve questions from the Maximizer workshops that are there and the masterclasses sessions that will happen. Also, in terms of the sectional tests and past CAT papers, there will be good resources that will be available for you to prepare these 5,000 questions that we are talking about. Now, if you go ahead in a phased manner and you achieve all these goals that I have mentioned on a weekly basis for the next 14 weeks or so, it is almost certain that you will be able to score to the best of your potential come the CAT 2023. In terms of test taking, it is recommended that you start taking SimCATs right away. This is purely because taking SimCATs gives you an advantage on 2 fronts. One, it helps you build and test content that you would have built over the last few months or the last many years, considering that you have been studying math and verbal since childhood. The second advantage of taking SimCATs is the practice that you get in terms of sitting at one place for 2 hours, answering questions one after the other in a mixed bag format without loss of enthusiasm. So that is very important when it comes to the actual CAT as well, and that is why you need to start taking SimCATs religiously starting now. What you can do is, you can start by taking one SimCAT every week starting now till the mid of October. So considering that you will have roughly 1.5 months of SimCATs taking starting now till the mid of October, what you will end up doing is you will end up attempting 8 SimCATs from now till the mid of October. Now from the mid of October till the time you appear for the CAT on the 26th of November 2023, you will have roughly 1.5 more months of preparation ahead of you. At that point in time, it is recommended that you take 2 SimCATs every week or 1 SimCAT every 3 to 4 days going forward from the 15th of October. That will help you again take 12 more SimCATs from the mid of October till the day of the CAT. So in total, your goal should be to take at least 20 SimCATs if you are starting your preparation right now. So to sum it up, you will have to practice 5,000 quality questions if you are starting now and you are preparing for CAT 2023. You will have to mix your preparation in such a manner that you have achieved conceptual clarity by say end of September or the mid of October tops, and then you will be focusing your entire energy on test taking. And this will help you crack the CAT 2023. Now, as a side note, if you have decided that you wish to take CAT 2023 but are not very sure of your preparation, I would still suggest that you end up registering for the CAT 2023 as soon as you can. Now that is very important because 1, it will help you get an experience of the actual test even if you end up deciding to take CAT 2024. And 2, you don't really want to face a snag on the last few days of the registration window wherein there might be situations which are beyond your control and you might not really end up getting the documents or the replies to your queries in a quick manner. That is why I would recommend that if you are planning to take CAT 2023, register for the CAT right away. You can refer to our form filling video that we have, and it will make your life easier in terms of how to apply for the CAT. Now with all these parameters in mind, we hope that you end up cracking CAT 2023 to the best of your ability and end up getting into the B school of your choice. All the best.